Hey, it's Arun.
Kelly.
How are you guys doing today? We are at the beach.
At the beach.
We got a little tiny home to get away for a night and just enjoy some time together. It's Kelly's weekend birthday. She turned the big 4-0, and so we're here just enjoying this area. Dillon Beach is where we are. So that's where we are. We decided we got to get this video out because we're like 3 days behind. It was her birthday on Friday, so we skipped recording and decided that we would wait a couple days, and it's fine. It's still coming out. So, and
We're
today,
still here.
yeah, and today we wanted to talk about kind of like about when do we, because you know we've talked when we met each other, we realized that like we're not our typical like
Each other's type.
right? Like we're not each other's type technically, but like really when it comes down to it, what is a type?
Mm-hmm.
But there are times that insecurities come up around it, and so at what point do we accept that we are together and the type thing doesn't matter? Like that's just it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of something that we want to talk about. Not sure if other people have that issue at all, but just something that we have encountered and have talked about. And so yeah, I think Kelly has some things she wants to say around that, right?
Yeah. So for me, after a certain point, I get waves of insecurity and moments, and I know that Arun is not directly talking about it like at me of like, oh, you're not my type and you don't look like this and you don't do this, some activity, or you don't dress a certain way, or
Oh, that was me kicking the camera. That's okay. You can keep recording.
Then again, it's like, okay, we still sometimes just conversations come up. You know, we had car time coming up to the beach, and then we ended up walking the beach for a couple miles, and it's just like, okay, like, when do we get to that point where we don't even need to talk about that? Because we've had 10 months of diving deep together, really communicating, me over communicating, and realizing, yeah, Arun has been married, I have not. How do we find that balance of we are choosing each other? And I do tend to get quiet, but thankfully though, this time it was more me processing of like, okay, how do I want to tell him that I think this still bothers me, and how do I navigate that? And so eventually it finally came out, and just kind of trying to be like, okay, is it my insecurity? Is it your insecurity? And then telling Arun what I need. Like, I still need you to hug me or hold my hand or say I love you, or just like, hey, I know we're different, but I still really care. Like, trying to come alongside me because that's what I need. And obviously I know that's not what he needs. He's tends to just more think about it, or go jump in the ocean, go surfing, have time to yourself. And it's more like I need him to come alongside me, and I don't look at that as an insecurity. It's just like
Just a different way.
Yeah, a different way, but then just being like, it's okay. Like, I feel stronger and better together when he comes alongside me. And so we came to the conclusion that we don't need to keep reminding ourselves that we are not each other's types, looks-wise, or activity, or who's in better shape, or other people he's been with that have just been in a lot of shape, and just all the things, and yet trying to work for that same goal of like, we really care, and the person who we are today together, that is the attractive quality. Not that the other stuff doesn't matter, it does. So then trying to find that balance in that.
Yeah, and it's obvious that we have been together this whole time, and we wouldn't be doing it if we both didn't want to do it.
Correct.
You know, so
Yeah.
we keep coming back. You know, so we're here. We're gonna keep on doing it, and we're gonna keep on talking and keep on conversating. And like the part where Kelly was talking about how like she gets quiet, I noticed it. You know, and then I'll ask, hey, like, what's wrong? And then she'll stay, she'll be quiet. And then for me, I just feel like that's a point of like maybe I should just give space, and I think that's the point where she needs
The reassurance.
the reassurance and the hug and that. So, but talking about it, I now know that, and I now know what needs to be done. So that is up to me to do that now. But it's communication. You know, we have to talk about it in order to move forward.
Yeah.
So that was like our challenge this weekend too, I think, right? And so that's what we wanted to talk about.
And sometimes the less said the better, because we are still in this. We're choosing every day to be together because there are so many things we love about each other. And then me finding that balance of not being insecure, realizing he is here, he is doing life with me, he is just X, Y, and Z right by my side. And sometimes that should be enough. And again, trying to come together in the middle of what does Arun need, what do I need, what feels insecure or too much, but then still trying to be like, okay, I love this person, I care so much, I'm gonna make it work, or I'm gonna find that balance. So I know this doesn't always work for everybody, or some guy might be like, oh my gosh, she is so needy, this is too much, I can't believe he's in it. But it works for us. We are still here and very much appreciate who he is.
I'm very needy too.
Yes, in his own way, he is.
I need my coffee and
He needs some surfing.
yes, to all the surfers out there, or the spouses of surfers, you know.
Yeah.
You know when your surfer has to go surfing.
Yes.
They need the salt water. So, I think we wanted to keep it short, and
That's it.
we're saying 3 minutes, and it looks like it's like 7 minutes.
But we're done.
I think that's just the way it goes. Like, but yeah, thanks for watching, and again, it helps us so much just to get on here and talk, and
Absolutely.
we appreciate it if you're watching.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care. We're gonna go
Bye.
enjoy the beach. Bye.